Alright, let's talk about GPT 5.2, and more specifically, why the reaction to it feels strange, because on paper this should have been a victory lap. OpenAI drops GPT 5.2 and immediately posts some of the strongest numbers we've ever seen from a general-purpose AI model. New records across professional benchmarks, major gains in coding, long context reasoning that finally looks usable at massive scale, vision that's clearly more reliable, and agentic tool calling that looks production-ready instead of demo-ready. By every measurable metric, GPT 5.2 is better than GPT 5.1. Significantly better. And yet, the reaction online wasn't celebration. It wasn't excitement. It wasn't even the usual hype war over which lab is winning. Instead, what followed was a strange mix of skepticism, irritation, jokes, distrust, and outright backlash. Reddit threads full of people saying they don't care about benchmarks anymore. Twitter posts questioning whether these numbers reflect the real product. Developers saying, "Cool, I'll believe it when I feel it." Long-time users saying they resubscribed and still don't trust it. That's the part that matters. Because this backlash isn't about ignorance. Most critics actually understand the numbers. They read the blog post. They saw the charts. They know how big these jumps are. And that's exactly why the reaction is interesting. Let's clear something up early. GPT 5.2 is genuinely stronger than GPT 5.1. This isn't marketing spin. OpenAI didn't just tweak a few knobs and change the version number. The data shows real gains on GDP Val, which measures professional knowledge work across 44 occupations, things like spreadsheets, presentations, schedules, diagrams, and business artifacts. GPT 5.2 thinking beats or ties human professionals on roughly 71% of tasks, up from about 39% with GPT 5.1. And it does that more than 11 times faster than human experts, at under 1% of the cost. That's not subtle progress. In software engineering, GPT 5.2 sets a new state-of-the-art on SWE Bench Pro at 55.6%. On SWE Bench Verified, it reaches around 80%, up from the mid-70s. In practice, that means fewer half-finished patches, more end-to-end fixes, and less babysitting during refactors. Science and math tell the same story. On GPQA Diamond, GPT 5.2 Pro scores over 93%. On AMY 2025, it hits a perfect 100%. Frontier math jumps from roughly 31% to over 40% on expert-level problems. Then there's ArcAGI, the benchmark that made researchers stop scrolling. On ArcAGI 2 Verified, GPT 5.1 thinking scored around 17%. GPT 5.2 jumps past 50%. That's not an incremental improvement. That's a slope change. Long context reasoning also takes a real leap. On OpenAI's MRCR v2 evaluation, GPT 5.2 maintains near-perfect accuracy across extremely long documents, up to 256,000 tokens. That means massive reports, contracts, transcripts, or multi-file projects no longer cause the model to fall apart halfway through. Vision improves too. On benchmarks like CharZiv Reasoning and ScreenSpot Pro, error rates are nearly cut in half. GPT 5.2 is better at reading charts, understanding dashboards, interpreting software interfaces, and reasoning about spatial layouts. It understands how components relate to each other instead of just labeling fragments. Tool calling is another quiet but important upgrade. On Tau 2 Bench Telecom, GPT 5.2 hits nearly 99% accuracy in multi-turn customer support scenarios, even with lower reasoning effort. That matters if you're building agents that must call APIs, run analyses, and produce outputs reliably. So no, this isn't a bad model. This is likely the strongest general-purpose system OpenAI has ever released. Which makes the backlash even more telling. Before we go deeper, a quick note. People often ask how this channel produces so much content so fast. In 2025 alone, we crossed 32 million views. That's not luck, and it's not grinding harder. Every time a major AI breakthrough drops, we plug it directly into our workflow. Most people watch AI news. We use it.